Third left, everybody. Have a great day.
Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for third left.
Alright. How's everybody doing today? But still, we're going to keep chugging along. We got time frames and there's bubbles over there. And then there's people with plastic jackets that dance hurry up. Yo, give it up for all the people that are keeping this spot nice and clean. Give it up for the Dream Team, everybody. It's also helped out by throwing your own stuff away, too. I ain't gonna put it out there. You know, whatever. Coming to the stage now, we're going to really need no introduction. We're very popular on the scene. He's all over social networks and internet media. Ladies and gentlemen, from the Russ Show, please get up for Russ Belvin.
Hello, Mustang from Portland, Oregon. It's great to be here where it's free. But you know what? We're not free enough yet. I'm here with 420radio.org. We cover marijuana legalization from coast to coast. And I gotta tell you, it's a lot better on the West Coast than the East Coast. It's a lot better on the East Coast than the Gulf Coast. But it needs to be legal all across this country. I'm awfully proud of Massachusetts passing medical marijuana in 2008. But medical is not good enough. I have people that are friends of mine doing federal time in California, even though it's a medical state, even though she was a cancer patient, growing for other cancer patients, they still put her in federal prison. Medical does not go far enough. And I'm proud of Massachusetts passing decrim in 2012. Ain't it great that you passed decrim? Ain't it great that you can smoke a joint and know that you're not going to get arrested? But it ain't good enough. It's not enough. Police are still surrounding this park, waiting to catch somebody who makes a mistake. There are undercovers working the crowd right now, asking you to sell them weed. Don't sell them weed. That's still a crime. You'll still get busted. They're still harassing people. Decrim doesn't go far enough. Decrim still says you're nothing but a no good stoner. Decrim says that marijuana is still contraband. Decrim says that the cops can still mess with you because you're a pot smoker. And as far as I'm concerned, we deserve equal rights with beer drinkers, wine drinkers, liquor drinkers, and cigarette smokers. Oftentimes, to my friends in the medical marijuana movement, I hear a saying that goes, I'm a patient, not a criminal. Well, I'm not a patient, and I'm not a criminal, and you're not a criminal. What we are is outlaws. We are outlaws, and we are civilly disobeying an unjust law. Reverend Martin Luther King 50 years ago, in the letter from the Birmingham jail, said, it is our moral responsibility to disobey unjust laws. And any law that puts 750 people in the back of a cop, 750,000 people in the back of a cop car every year just for possessing marijuana is an unjust law. I have too many stories to tell you of mothers who had their children stolen from them. Daisy Brown literally had 2 suckling infants stolen off her breasts while she was breastfeeding them by cops. It's on tape. You can Google it. Google Daisy Brown, B-R-A-M. You can hear the audio of a woman screaming as her 2 children are ripped away from her. Why? Because of child endangerment. Child endangerment because she was growing a pot plant or 2. Now, I can tell you a lot of stories where irresponsible parents leave their kids in a room where there's a loaded firearm, and that kid gets a hold of the weapon and shoots himself, another kid, or an adult. I can tell you dozens of those stories, and none of them end with a child endangerment charge. None of them end with the children getting taken away from the mother. And for every one of those stories, I can tell you a story of a couple, a mom, somebody growing a pot plant, somebody possessing for medical use, where their children are taken away from them. That ain't right. And as long as marijuana is contraband, as long as it's still illegal, as long as we are second-class citizens compared to people who drink beer, it won't end. And there's only one thing that can change this. You! You can change this. We're going to legalize this plant. We're going to return to our hemp heritage. Hemp was first planted in the American colonies in 1611. 402 years that this country has had hemp heritage. Medical marijuana first appeared in this country in 1840. The Dr. O'Shaughnessy brought the information back from India. And it was medicine until 1942 in this country. We have had recreational marijuana culture since 1900, when Louis Armstrong and Cab Calloway were blowing tea and smoking gauge in Harlem in the Cotton Club. So don't let them tell you that this isn't something that deserves to be legalized. This isn't something worthy of fighting for. This is the civil rights fight of the 21st century. How many people out there have ever had to take a P test to get a job?
Fuck that shit!
Fuck that shit. I had to have my armpit hair shaved off and my chest hair shaved off for a job I was doing already for 2 years with great reviews. 50 years ago, Dr. King had a dream and said that my children should not be judged by the content. They should be judged by the content of their character, not the color of their skin. Today in America, we judge people by the content of their piss. Nobody in this Boston Common, nobody in this Commonwealth, nobody in this nation should be judged by their piss. You should be judged by how good of a worker you are, how good of a parent you are, how good of a citizen you are. And I know you're all good citizens because you're expressing your First Amendment rights. You're standing up for your freedom of assembly. You're standing up for your freedom of speech. And you're going to end this prohibition. Stand with us here on the Common. We'll do this year after year after year until we are legal all across this world. Are you with me? If you're with me, say legalize it. 1, 2, 3. Legalize it. 1, 2, 3. Hurry up. 1, 2, 3. I love you, Boston Beer Valley. Radical Russ, SWRadio.org.
My name is Jim Carvalho. I work for the United Free Commercial Workers Union, local 1445 here in Boston.
Well, so much for my film.